Tensions across the Middle East continue to intensify with fresh military deployments, diplomatic exchanges, security warnings, and humanitarian concerns emerging as the conflict surrounding Iran expands across the region. Iran's Revolutionary Guards have issued a stern warning saying any renewed anti government protests would face an even harsher response than earlier unrest in January. In a televised statement, the guards accused what they described as an evil enemy of attempting to instill fear and provoke street riots after failing to achieve battlefield objectives. The statement promised a stronger blow than the crackdown carried out on January 8 if new protests erupt. Meanwhile, Iranian authorities have arrested four individuals accused of cooperating with what officials called hostile networks. According to Iran's Tasneem news agency, the suspects allegedly passed sensitive information to the UK based Farsi language broadcaster Iran International. Authorities claim the individuals stored confidential details about missile impact locations and bombings on their phones and transmitted the information to the channel. In Washington, US President Donald Trump said he believes Iran's new supreme leader Mustafa Khamenei is alive but damaged. Speaking in an interview with Fox News, Trump said he thinks the leader is probably alive in some form, though he did not provide further details. On the military front, Israel said it struck more than 200 targets across western and central Iran within the past day. The Israeli military stated that fighter jets conducted 20 large scale strikes targeting ballistic missile launchers, defense systems, and weapons production facilities. Regional air defense activity has also intensified. British Royal Air Force Typhoon jets have reportedly been deployed over Bahrain to help intercept drones as part of the United Kingdom's support for Gulf allies. Bahraini officials say 190 drones and 114 missiles have been intercepted since the conflict began, mostly by the country's own air defenses, but they continue to seek additional short range air defense systems. Elsewhere, Turkey's defense ministry said NATO missile defense assets shot down a ballistic missile launched from Iran after it entered Turkish airspace, the third such interception in just over a week. Separately, an overnight explosion was reported near the Incirlik air base in southern Turkey, which hosts US troops. Witnesses reported shaking windows and sirens at the facility, though authorities have not confirmed the cause of the incident. Diplomatic engagement continues alongside the fighting. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi held a phone call with Indian Foreign Minister Subramaniam Jaishankar to discuss the ongoing war and regional security. Araghchi emphasized the role of BRICS in supporting global and regional stability and called for international institutions to condemn US Israeli attacks on Iran. India expressed hope for expanded bilateral relations and stressed the importance of achieving lasting regional security. In Iraq, two drones crashed near a communications tower at the Majnoon oil field in the country's south. Officials said there were no casualties or material damage, though operations at the field had already been paused. Authorities described it as the first time the site had been targeted during the conflict. The war's humanitarian impact is also becoming more visible. Sri Lanka announced plans to repatriate the remains of 84 Iranian sailors killed when their frigate was torpedoed earlier this month, while 32 rescued sailors will remain in the country. China has pledged $200,000 in humanitarian assistance to families of students killed in a missile strike on a school in Iran, with funds being delivered through Red Cross organizations. Governments worldwide are adjusting security measures as risks grow. Australia has ordered all non essential officials to leave Lebanon following similar directives affecting diplomats in Israel and the United Arab Emirates, citing a deteriorating security environment. Canberra urged Australians across the Middle East to leave if safe to do so, warning that evacuation opportunities may soon become limited. Digital restrictions inside Iran remain severe, with monitoring group NetBlocks reporting that the country's internet shutdown has entered its 14th day, with connectivity operating at only 1% of normal level. Meanwhile, geopolitical coordination is also being disrupted. Indonesia announced that an upcoming summit of the D8 group of Muslim majority developing nations has been postponed due to the ongoing war, with no new date announced. In the United States military, Central Command confirmed that 4 of 6 crew members aboard a KC-135 refueling aircraft that crashed in western Iraq have died. Officials said that the incident is under investigation and was not caused by hostile or friendly fire, as fighting, diplomatic maneuvering, and and regional security incidents continue simultaneously, the Middle East remains on edge, with military escalation and political uncertainty unfolding across multiple fronts.